Hey Switch, have you heard the word? There's a 4K upscaling version of you coming out soon, 2019. Marcus Sellers told me so. Yeah, okay. What's going on, everyone? Alex Prime here, and today we're talking about the rumor. Yes, the rumor of the 4K Nintendo Switch that could launch in 2019, guys. Early 2019. So in case you're one of the people who own a Switch since day one, so about 2 years after you got your console, there will be a new Switch. And let's take a look at these specs, people, because they are amazing. A huge jump in technology within 2 years, and somehow will stay at the same price. So as you can tell from my voice, I don't believe this rumor, but I'm still going to regurgitate this rumor to you so you can come to your own conclusion. So this rumor comes from Marcus Sellers, who makes several claims, half of them true, half of them false. I believe this is one of the false ones, but let's see what he has to say. Apparently, Nintendo could be launching a 4K Switch in 2019. The tweet that he said, which he has now taken down, says the console will feature 8 GB of RAM, where our current Switch has 4, 128 gigs of internal storage, where the Switch has 32, and has dynamic scaling all the way up to 4K. Now, dynamic scaling does not mean the game will output natively in 4K. It's very similar to what the Xbox One S does, where it renders the game in 720p, 900p, 1080p, whatever, and then it will upscale the game to 4K. Now, your TV, your 4K TV will actually do this same process. So if you have a 4K TV and you take your normal Nintendo Switch and you dock it in, the TV itself will upscale to 4K. It's nowhere near as good as proper 4K, obviously, because the Switch is rendering the game in whatever, 720p, for example. It's just fills in pixels here and there. It's not natively rendering the game in 4K. So the power difference is not needed to be huge, but I just wanted to let you guys know that it's not a Switch rendering a game in 4K. It's not like an Xbox One X shrunk down to a Switch. So he doesn't go into any sort of details, obviously, of hardware. But right now the Switch uses Tegra X1. Even if the Switch was to move up to Tegra X2, it's not a huge power jump. It's mainly a drop in power consumption because the X2 is much more power efficient than the Tegra X1. So Nintendo could move on to the X2 chip. That is definitely a possibility. There's one thing that he says in the tweet that makes me to believe this is false. It's not about the RAM, it's not about the storage. All the storage kind of has me looking, because 128 gigs of internal flash memory is expensive, which is why 32 gigs is what we have in the Switch. So 128 gigs sounds unlikely if they're trying to keep it at the same price point. But the thing that makes me say, this sounds fake, and you probably shouldn't have went around trying to make this a real thing, is the Nintendo Switch Pro, we'll just call it that. The Nintendo Switch Pro will play games that the Nintendo Switch is not capable of playing. Third-party games will be able to play on the Pro, and they're not held down by Nintendo's telling them they have to be able to run on the standard Switch. But Nintendo first-party games are going to be mandatory to run on both devices. So 2019 comes out, you got the Nintendo Switch, and I have the Nintendo Switch Pro. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 comes out, it comes to the Pro, it's not capable of running on the Switch. Nintendo says, hey, that's fine, just put it on the Pro. That is what this rumor is trying to say, that third parties are going to be able to pick and choose where they want to put the game, and that just seems very unlikely. Now, is it possible? Yes. We've even seen this before. The new Nintendo 3DS had a couple games, like Xenoblade Chronicles 3D. That one only worked on the new Nintendo 3DS. But this seems like it would be several games that would not be able to play on the standard Switch. That's what makes me believe that this is not true, as I feel like Nintendo would not want to segregate their audience like that. Now, there's always the off chance that they're gonna drop the standard Switch price down to 200, maybe 150, and be like, hey, this one will still get all your Nintendo games and indie games, but you might not get all the third-party games. But hey, we have the Nintendo Switch Pro, which will get everything. That is possible. It just seems unlikely. But I don't know, guys, what do you think? Do you think Nintendo's gonna drop the Nintendo Switch Pro early 2019? Now, I fully expect to see a new Switch at some point. That's obvious. That's coming at some point. We may even see it announced at E3 2019. But to release early 2019? I don't see it, guys. I think it's too early. Maybe at the earliest release holiday 2019 or early 2020, which is most likely when the new Xbox and PS5 are going to come out. Nintendo definitely will want something out at the time of those consoles, otherwise they're going to lose steam with the Switch because the new hardware is out. You'll need something too. But to jump the gun and put the new Switch out in early 2019, and then next year we have the PS5 and the Xbox 2 or whatever they call it, that seems like a mistake. But you guys tell me, let me know, am I crazy? Or is this a real product? We're gonna get a Switch Pro 2019? Oh yeah, baby, market sellers told me so. Let me know. 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, dynamic scaling. Sounds like good stuff, and I hope it's true. That would be nice to get at some point. But right now, I'm happy with my Switch. I got no problems. Even with this new hardware, I'm not buying third-party games on the Switch. Who cares? To me, it makes no difference. But to you, this might make a huge difference. Do you want all your third-party games on the Switch? Then you want this rumor to be true. And cling on to that rumor, man. Cling on to it. Tell market sellers you hope he's right. But yeah, that's it. Let me know, guys. What do you think about this rumor? Make sure to hit that like button, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. The rumors, they're flowing, and it's like the NX days. 2 years of NX rumors. Are we back to those days? My God, my God, my God. Are we back to those days again? I hope not. I like my Switch. I don't want to do 2 more years of rumors. It's so boring. My God. Alright, I'll see you guys later. This is Alex Prime. I hope you had a great time. Bye.